Hello everyone and welcome back to Star Wars The Force Unleashed on Steam. I am One Mile Sheep yet again, and today, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a boss fight! So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're fighting another Shadow Trooper, but this Shadow Trooper is a special Shadow Trooper that's not like the others. You want to know why? Well, for one thing, he's a bit more defensive by here, but he goes down all the same. When you inflict enough damage to him, a cutscene will play. And a certain cutscene will basically summon up the true boss.
My onboard tactical computer suggests that this is the best time to attack. I am certain that I will finally fulfill my programming.
So that's it, folks. We need to take down Proxy. And now Proxy is essentially this game's boss rush. What Proxy will do is, throughout the majority of the fight, he'll swap between a bunch of different forms, including the likes of Maris Brood, Coda, etc, etc. He'll go through all the bosses we faced before this point. Now the bosses he chooses to change into is pretty random, and there's a chance he doesn't go into all of them during the battle, but once his health bar gets depleted to a certain amount, he's going to become a very special bottle.
Shut down, Proxy! There's no one inside you that I haven't already defeated!
Give me some credit, Master. I have one module you've never seen. An enemy I've studied for years.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Technically, we have a boss fight against Darth Maul from Star Wars Episode 1. A fan favourite Sith there, actually, and I love Darth Maul. I love his double lightsaber. I love the guy's design. Anyway, his strategy, just take him down the same as all the other guys we fought up until this point. He tends to stun lock you a lot, so whenever he hits you, if you're hitting at the same time, what he tends to do is he will try and get you into that little parry battle where you have to mash the X button. But he is very weak in comparison to some of the bosses we fought up until this point. But it's a cool fight. I actually love this battle just because you're fighting Darth freaking Maul, and I'm convinced the whole reason that Proxy was even added to the storyline of this game was purely so the developers could have an excuse to have you fight this guy, because Darth Maul is he's a bitching character, what can I say? And as you can hear in the music in the background, it has the music from Star Wars Episode 1, which is one of the greatest battle themes known to man. I mean, I think John Williams produced it. I'm not actually sure, but the music's so good. The bass fight is so good. It's such a good battle, you know. The only complaint I may have about it is it can be pretty damn easy, because Darth Maul does all these flips and stuff, but he's never very aggressive. He's a very he's not really defensive either. He doesn't really do much of anything. He does like to block quite a lot of your attacks, but he usually leaves an opening where you can quite easily nick him, like I've been doing right now. I'd always just keep spamming on him, and eventually he'll go down. But with Proxy's health at 0, well, it's time to do one of the best looking QuickTime events in the game. Now, I love QuickTime events just because of games that QuickTime events are in. QuickTime events tend to do things that you can't normally do in normal gameplay, so I'm not a big fan of them if they're not overused. Like, as finishers and stuff, I don't mind QuickTime events. I think God of War and this game does it perfectly. God of War a bit more so, because the things are so damn cinematic, it's insane. But, he's down and out. I'm convinced that's the whole reason Proxy's in this game though, just to fight Darth Maul. I'm not complaining, I loved the boss fight, it was so good. But now he's on, it's time to finish off our mission and bring down a Star Destroyer. Yes, you heard me correctly, look, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to bring down a Star Destroyer by grabbing it in the sky. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to see it pretty shortly. It's actually a little mini game the game gives us. But the first things first, we need to overload the accelerator towers that are on top of each of these hallways that we are in. Now we can't jump back down to where we were, so don't bother. Like, here's me now as an invisible wall in a way. But just push open each of the doorways. I completely forgot you could push open doorways at this point of the game, folks, so it took me a few seconds. After a while, you keep forgetting you can do certain things just because you just sometimes you go entire sequences without being able to, and I don't know. Plus, it didn't help it. I recorded this portion of the game like a week after I first started playing the game because I had a little bit of a week break when recording the footage. But anyway, just electrocute the big glowy thing on top of that hallway, and the first railgun track will be overloaded. And speaking of overload, we're about to overload the enemy with our presence, if you will. Because they don't stand a chance with us. But seriously, now we're getting to the point now in the game where we are ridiculously powerful, and very little things can stop us. And even the final level is going to be pretty much a pushover at this point because of how strong we've gotten. And there's mainly two ways you can actually go about doing this level. You can either electrocute the big shocky things right away, or you can kill the enemies and electrify the shocky things. I like to kill the enemies and electrify them because you can do combo shit like that, you know, off the hook moves, yo. But yeah, it's a pretty rad mission. Now this is kind of a semicircle passage that we're on, so we can't actually go around in an entire circle and collect all of the overload thingies. So at one point or another, we're going to need to backtrack so we can move on to the other end, which is a bit annoying, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you, Sith Lord, Sith Lord? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? Ooh! There needs to be like a Star Wars fan thing now, or at least an official Star Wars thing where it's just bad boys but with Sith Lords. I would watch the shit out of that. YouTube producers, get on it. I'd get on it, but I don't have a camera or crew, so it's kind of annoying for me, actually. Because I actually tried before to actually make a sitcom for YouTube, but it never ended up panning out because the people who I got for the acting, and I was acting in it myself, but everyone I got for the acting sort of fell out and couldn't really get the equipment properly, so that never took off. I was quite sad of that because I had some pretty fantastic ideas in my noggin for that show. But alas. Anyway, just continue onwards with this. Now we're on the other end of the shipyard. Like I said, there's a huge giant gap in the bridge. I don't know why they put a gap in the bridge for that, because it just makes the stage a bit more annoying to progress through. Padding! It's probably not padding, but screw it, I'm a video gamer, I'm gonna complain about padding when I can. There we go, now we destroyed all the rail cannon thingies, it's time to bring down the Star Destroyer. Alright, now needless to say, this section by here is really tricky. Now to start things off, you're going to have these TIE fighters popping out of the scenery in the background. What you're going to need to do is actually do a double jump and wait until a cursor is on one of the TIE fighters. When you see a cursor on one of the TIE fighters, shoot them with electricity. This will destroy said TIE fighter and allow you to actually do what we're meant to do, which is pull down that giant Star Destroyer. Now you might be wondering, how do you go about doing that? The answer's simple. You push RT. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. You push RT. That's how you do it. You treat it like it's a normal object that you've been catching. Well, a normal object that you've been picking up throughout the entire of this adventure. But as I said, it's really awkward to take down these TIE fighters. In this section by here, I died a good 2 or 3 times to it. It's finicky. Really finicky, and I really wish that TIE fighter didn't move then, because that would have been a perfect shot with that rocket that just went flying off. But from time to time you're going to have a little, like, one of those rockety things that you can electrocute come by from the left of the screen. When they come by, it's usually more annoying than you expect, because they'll get in the way of your lightning blast, which can be a bit annoying. But anyway, what you're going to need to do by here, you see the analog sticks at the bottom of the screen. Simply mimic what those analog sticks are telling you. Like, it says right stick down, so push right stick down. When it goes to the middle, you just don't push anything on the right stick. If it goes up, you push up. You know, that's how things work. The problem with this is it's quite annoying. Now, after a certain while of getting everything in position, you'll be able to rip down the It's the Star Destroyer. I can English today. The Star Destroyer, you can rip it down just by holding down. But you have a limited amount of time because TIE fighters, after a certain period, will start flowing on back into the battlefield, which will interrupt you if they shoot you. So, just before you get shot by one of them, let go of the Star Destroyer and jump out the way and start destroying them again. It's not a bad sequence, and I do love the fact that you physically do bring down the Star Destroyer in the game, but I just hate the fact that you have to go through these TIE fighters and all that just to have a little bit of challenge. It's a bit of a challenge to do, but it's more finicky, you know? They probably could have handled it better. But needless to say, when you stop ripping it down and you let go, after a certain amount of time, the Star Destroyer will start to reset its position. So you'll need to try and keep it pointing at you at all times in order to rip it down even more. So basically, the quicker you do this mission, the easier it'll be. The longer you take, the harder it'll be. That's basically what I'm getting at you, folks. Don't be slow. Gotta go fast! And all that shindig. It kind of looks like the Star Destroyers the TIE fighters clip through the Star Destroyer then, which is probably exactly what happened, but because the Star Destroyer is so far in the distance, you never know. But yeah, we're pretty much almost done. This third cycle should be the last one. Like I said, it's a good section, I don't mind it, but it's too finicky for its own good, and these TIE fighters do grate on you after a while. If I was designing this game, I probably would have had it so the TIE fighters came once. Just have a bit more TIE fighters coming at you, and that way you could rip down the Star Destroyer in one go. It'll be a lot less tedious, I reckon, but I'm not a game developer, what do I know? But yeah, just keep ripping it down until the cutscene initiates, and we're gonna be done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen, with this mission. Alright. You could say this Star Destroyer is about to get destroyed!
Relax, General, I'm still here.
Good. Good. We'll see you back at the ship.
Master?
Proxy! Are you okay?
Yes, I think so. But I think it may be best if you leave me here.
What are you talking about?
The shockwave. It burned out portions of my processor. My primary programming has been erased. I'm useless now.
Proxy. You're not staying here, come on.
Your actions on Raxus Prime have left the Emperor most displeased.
The Emperor's enemies are still scared. I am just now earning their trust. If I am ever discovered talking to you, if they even suspect my past, all that will be destroyed.
Do not wait too long to contact me.
Can you trust him?
Vader won't risk my mission, even if he has doubts about me. Have we arrived?
We've reached Corellia. They're all here. Bale and his allies. You have your Rebel Alliance. Now, what are you going to do with it?
Just trust me, okay? I'm doing the right thing. For both of us.
We agree that the time for diplomacy and politics is past. It is now time for action. If you are willing to lead us, then we'll join your alliance.
As will I.
I was passed out in the cargo hold.
I finally came to.
It is settled then. My wealth will fund the rebellion while Garm provides our fleet and Mon Mothma our soldiers. And with you leading us, we have the power of the Force on our side. Therefore, let this be an official declaration of rebellion. Today, we all vow to change the galaxy. And one day, the galaxy will indeed be free.
No.
Proxy! Cut transmission!
Take them alive. The Emperor wants to execute them personally. You have done well, my apprentice.
You agreed to stay away!
I lied, as I have from the very beginning.
You never planned to destroy the Emperor.
Not with you, no.
Without me, you'll never be free. They're gone. Vader took them all. To the Emperor.
I don't understand. Then why would Vader let us attack so many Imperial targets?
To sell the deception. Credits, starships, Imperial lives, they're all meaningless to Vader. Vader needed me to find the Emperor's enemies no matter the cost, and I did exactly what he wanted me to.
Yes, you did. But now the fate of this alliance rests only with you.
We're going after Vader. And the rebels.
What are you doing?
Meditating. Jedi can sometimes sense visions of the future.
Have you done this before?
Never been a Jedi before. Coda!
What? What did you see?
A massive space station. Keep the ship cloaked and wait beyond scanner range.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
Well, then maybe we're doing something right.
Am I going to see you again?
If I can free the rebels, they're gonna need extraction. Probably not, no.
Then I'll never need to live this down.
Goodbye, Juno.
And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be returning next time as we take on the final story mission of the game. That's right, folks. We are starting the beginning of the end. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, and I'll catch you all in the final mission. Thanks for watching. I'll see you after. Bye!